Issue 229. Since we already know Sonic's going to go through Metropolis Zone, the first couple panels feel like a complete waste of comic space until finally Sonic thinks he could use some friendly company right now. And Sally and the others run from some badniks knowing that Sonic should be with them instead. Antoine gets jealous at how Sally wants Sonic here with her. And Rotor feels the need to ask what the spikes are for, when it should be obvious they're to hurt intruders. When Rotor grabs Sally by the hand when she's about to fall, he suddenly remembers Hershey in the Sonic suit cutting Sally's rope, as well as Sally sitting in front of a gravestone of Sonic and Sally and Sonic dating. Wait, how does he remember that middle thing when he never witnessed it? Antoine gets sent by a cannon through some badniks destroying them, and Rotor heartwarmingly pets his head saying that was awesome, as Antoine complains about motion sickness. Rotor isn't asked what he remembered, since he says he remembers out loud. So that was stupid. I guess everyone got amnesia of him saying that because of Antoine distracting them. And maybe Rotor thought people would say he was hallucinating instead of remembering stuff, but then why didn't he think he was hallucinating? This is so poorly written. Sally, with inexplicably blue text again, asks the rescued animal where the main valves are, and somehow understands its response when all it did was make an animal sound. How'd the bird know where the main valves were anyways? Again, poorly written. Sally shows that she's already forgiven Sonic for ditching them, somehow, by saying that they'll back up Sonic later, and Sonic wishes there was someone with him because there's no one to laugh at his pun. Pun? What is this, the first couple issues? Nobody liked the puns! Finally, Sonic sees Eggman, and remembers that he's called him Rodent before, and that they've been fighting a lot longer than a few days. Eggman says that he can't have him begins to remember, and sends the Metropolis Zone boss after him, with the fake Eggman, I guess being androids programmed to all say the same phrase. Sally cuts the feed to a region, the freedom fighters around her shut off the flow of the oil, and because of this, Eggman loses power to all his bases in the entire region. Wow, that was really stilted dialogue. That sounds like English. Entire was redundant there, and they should have said all of. What is this, the really early issues? You don't say all and no of afterwards. It's not like it's French. When Eggman leaves with the power out, Sonic calls up Tails for a plane pickup, and of course Tails shows up despite Sonic calling for him multiple times, because if we had originality by him not showing up, Sonic wouldn't have gotten up to the Death Egg. Then Sonic jumps onto an airship and goes there. He sees the planet tearing itself apart, although all I see is a swirling bunch of clouds. And Eggman explains that the planet is for no reason at all trying to return to what it once was, because it's a sentient being apparently. And for no reason, him firing the roboticizer at the world will cement the dimensional shift. Why was there a dimensional shift? What is going on? Because Eggman tells Sonic that the Death Egg robot is powered by the 7 Chaos Emeralds he somehow found, Sonic goes super and attacks Eggman's mecha. Wait, why do we see Sonic unsuperfied before this panel? With no explanation of how he got back to super or why he unsuperfied? Huh? Then Snively tells Eggman over the intercom that the dimensional stability is degrading exponentially, and not even his roboticizer's effect will stop it. And whatever's happening now is making things worse somehow. Sonic says that he can set things right, and uses Chaos Control to go back in time to save Sally. I have a question. Are we gonna learn how reality got all fucked up like that? This is such a bad story arc. I'm so confused, and that causes me to be totally detached from what's going on, even more than the glaring unoriginality makes me. As a white light goes all over the place, and Rotor panics saying that everything's vanishing, Sally says that Sonic has everything under control, calling Rotor his real name and already remembering everything again. How? That's how I can respond to this entire story arc. How? This was by Aiden Flynn. Where's the logic in this? Where's the explanations? Why would Eggman rewrite reality to make it a lot better? Because we don't see any sort of dark legions there. Isn't he happy with the way the world is now, with so many people being legionized to be his slaves? Why would he undo all of his achievements? Why would that weapon that seems to have killed Sally cause that dimensional stuff to happen? Why would all the freedom fighters get the feelings of familiarity? How does any of this make any sense? At this point, I was happy to see Chaos Control being used for time travel, even though it's from '06, because at least now things are going to go back to the way they should be. But still, the Sonic 2 adaptation of this issue was extremely unoriginal. Although I liked how the Freedom Fighters were doing something, shutting down the oil refinery, and didn't technically need Sonic's help. But still, this arc has no logic to it whatsoever. Did Sega force Sonic 1 and 2 adaptation, and that's why this happened? Actually, this whole story arc about the Genesis wave was basically forced on Flynn by Paul, the editor, because he thought that they should celebrate the 20th anniversary with this madness. The problem is, how are you supposed to know it's not Ian's fault as a casual reader? You'd have to go out of your way to learn that. There's still no reason for it to not just be a separate special. They should have had game adaptations be sectioned off to special comics if they wanted to make money off them so much. Not interrupting the actual important story going on in the main comic. If this was all just a justification to save Sally's life, then that just makes her getting hit by that weapon really stupid, because it only existed to cause all of this.